How do I invest in the S&P 500 index? There is a raging debate going on amongst economists both of the Keynesian and Austrian persuasions as to whether the economic slump is leading us toward a true deflation or an eventual hyperinflation. If the economy is mimicking the Great Depression as one argument, then cash is king and dollars are where you should be vested. Steer clear of the stock market. Wait on the sidelines until market sentiment is so negative that there is a pervasive attitude of apathy and indifference. This will be the turning point if that can be prognosticated. The other side of the argument says that no way are we headed for a depression-style deflation but rather an extremely inflationary environment the likes of which we have never before beheld. This is based upon the monetary and fiscal policies that the current administration and their eager counterparts at the Fed are engaging in with their rescue packages, bailouts, economic stimuli, and a dreaded last-ditch effort of quantitative easing, aka debt monetization or MCOON, ignoring cause and effect linkages of his predecessor's actions. Arbitrarily setting the interest rates has had and will have disastrous results. When there is a finite supply of something such as gold, silver, oil, and other natural resources, fixing its price in the marketplace instead of allowing it to follow a natural supply-demand curve ends up causing shortages. However, in fixing the price of money to an artificially low rate instead of causing shortages causes its real value to diminish. This is because of the printing press and MCOON. There is an ability for the Fed to literally make money in amounts that you cannot comprehend. Do you know how much even $1 trillion is? You may think you do, but you have likely never personally experienced more than 0.0001% of that amount at any one time. MCOON is a catalyst for inflation because it follows the natural law that states the more available anything becomes, the less rare it is and the less will be its intrinsic value. Thus, in the exchange of goods or services, you are required to pay increasingly more units of currency than before to make up for the worthlessness of each unit. If central banks were made up of alchemists with the ability to create gold, they would have. But the next best thing was to slowly withdraw its function and replace it with a substitute medium. This was done first by receipts for gold and then keeping only a fraction of it in reserve. Eventually, gold was completely replaced by fiat. How long will the faith in the dollar persist? Here's where the alchemy of gold stocks kicks in. While the Fed is busy printing dollars, you can be accumulating gold stocks from solid junior mining companies with good 43-101s. Printing by the Fed now may cause a type of printing for your gold stock portfolio later. This is pit stop number 1 for you in the race. Here is where you trade in your low-tread tires for new rubber. But remember, these new tires will wear down too and are not to be used indefinitely. Gold stocks will only take you so far and will serve as your wheels only for a season. During this time, you must have chosen wisely your pit crew to assist you in changing out your tires. If you act fast enough, building speed and position before the first pit stop, you'll be ahead of the pack and have a fresh set of tires on before the rest of your competitors make their stops. Having eventually duplicated your efforts by having a diversified portfolio of junior gold stocks, you now have many sets of wheels on the speedway, and it becomes less important how each individual driver does than what the overall performance of the team is. By diversifying, you increase your odds of winning, and even one driver can make up for many subpar or mediocre ones. Also, second place, third, or even lower is no shame, you still come out a winner. You see, in this race there will be a season in which the drivers that have not crashed or gotten disqualified will all synergize. The leader will cause a draft big enough for all to fall in line behind and be effectively pulled along. Even the little guy's performance will be enhanced. In a season to come, you will see surviving gold stocks that started out as pennies per share become valued in the tens and hundreds of dollars per share. You get to choose the next pit stop at this point. Nobody can do it for you. This is the last one before the home stretch. Here is where you trade your gold stocks back in for cash. But this is also temporary. Very temporary. It is only to make sure you are fresh and finish strong. Because almost as soon as you make this trade, you finish the race. Here you trade the cash tires back in for golden tires. This isn't rubber or paper. This is real gold bullion, and these tires are built to last.